Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. So today I went to Home Bargains, and I do love Home Bargains and B&M Bargains. They have random beers that you never see anywhere else, now and again anyway. From Manchester Drinks Company, the spiced rum liqueur with ginger and pear. Now, anybody who follows the world of beers knows that the gin explosion has been massive. You know, the sheer amount of different gins on the market. There's a fly in here, that's why I was frying him. Years ago, when I worked at Sainsbury's 4 years ago, you had London gin, which is basically the clear gin, you know, the base gin. And then a pink gin came out. And then a gin... Fucking thing. Hate them sort of flies. Pardon my French. Yeah, parlez-vous français? And then the gins with a hint of lime came out. And we also had a slowberry gin. Then after I left, a year or two on, probably in 2016, 2017, it would be about 2017, then flavoured gin started to come out. And since then, and in that time I went to Mahon in Minorca, and there was a gin distillery there, and he had about 50 different gins. And basically, it was all different liqueurs. And what you can do with gins and the different liqueurs, I mean, let's be fair, up here, if I can get to it, I've got, although I made that in January and I still haven't drank it. Bloody hell, I'm going to have to crack on and get some down there, or save it for Christmas. That Palmer Violet gin, well, you can do the same with rum and vodka. You can do Palmer Violet vodkas and that. Gin is just a flavourless base spirit, same as rum, same as vodka. Hence why now this Manchester Drinks Company have brought out a rum liqueur. It's at 20%, so always read the percentage. Depending, you know. Cost me $7.99 for a 50cl bottle. Yeah, it is 50cl. Yeah, I'm just checking. 500 ml, 50cl. 20% volume, and this has got ginger and pear in it. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. Neat. $7.99. Definitely getting the whiff of pear. Right. So, you know. You've got to, haven't you? Hey? No piss about having half a glass. There we go, that's a glass. It's a third of a pint. God knows what that is in measures. But to be honest, I don't give a flying whoopsie about measures. I'll drink what I want to drink. So there you go. So, it looks like a dark rum. In colour. Definitely getting into ginger there. Ginger and pear, you know, there's some different combinations out there. Obviously, in gins, we've seen, and I've got a bottle up there, rhubarb and ginger gin, which, gotta be honest, hits the spot nicely. I'm a ginger fan, and I'm a rhubarb fan. Put that in a you know, in alcohol, and I am happy. In fact, now I come to mention it, I'll have to do the same for Christmas, buy another one. It's that time of the year when I'm thinking about Christmas now, and what spirits to get for Christmas. Nice smoothness to it, not harsh in any way, and you swill it around the glass and you can see a film. That film says it means it's got legs on it. But that's what the bloke at on the wine tasting course I went on. Sainsbury's, one of Sainsbury's top wine tasting, you know, advisors / teachers, whatever he does. And, you know, I am thankful for those 5 years at Sainsbury's. Not for the fact they tried to drag me on tills when my mum was dying, and my mental health was, you know, probably worse than it was with the situation with the rats we had in the you know, underneath the house. And yeah, that was a disgusting trick. You know, they should have more compassion. You know, there's a time and a place for everything. If someone's just buried his mum, or his mum's dying of cancer, it's the time to let them get on with the work without trying to force them onto tills. And I'm lucky I didn't chin somebody when I were there, because the way it's this little twat on the pardon my French again, this little twat on the shop floor come up to me one day, why aren't you on the tills? And I wasn't even trained on the tills at that time. And I looked at him and I thought, you know, if you said that to me out of a work environment, I'd have panned you. You know, no need for it. And people must remember that you work for the same company. You talk to people in a way that gets respect. Talk with respect, get respect back, you know. And those days where you can talk to people like dirt and get away with it have gone. That's a different generation now. And it still happens on building sites, but in the civilised world, you know, away from the building sites and certain companies, in the civilised world, you don't talk like that to people, and that's how it should be, you know. We're all, well, mostly all adults, aren't we, you know. So, the ginger's there, and the pear, they're in the mid-ground. When you first initially drink it, you don't really get that burst of ginger and pear. And it's more subtle, it's not too much. For me, I could probably have more ginger in there, you know, but that's because I'm a ginger lover. But for a company that's trying to, you know, bring rum into the gin arena, this is an interesting way to, you know, get in that arena. And fair play to them, you know. In every job, in every field out there, you've got to get your notch in, you've got to get your foot in that door, you know, or you've got to come up with an idea and get it out there before some other person does. And it's like Facebook, things like Facebook, you know, MySpace was before Facebook, and MySpace just died, bugger. MySpace has died, you know, and I thought of a thing similar to Facebook way before Facebook came out, but I could not implement it. You know, I did not have the intelligence, know-how, programming skills on the computer to do it. I mean, I've had my own website for 20 years before Facebook came out, and you know, you learn a bit, but programming skills and that, you know, you've got to know your stuff, you know, and you've got to be going on courses and all sorts of things. But hey, you know, some people are lucky to get on the bandwagon. I mean, just look at YouTube. Hey ho, the people who made YouTube were paid something daft, like £1 billion for it. But YouTube has made Google a lot of money, you know. And it not only is it making Google a lot of money, it's making those that have got subscribers that have gone viral. And there's somebody in Nottingham called Lad Baby, and I've seen his videos, and they're okay, like, you know, they're not, I wouldn't say they're anything special or anything, but obviously it's what the mass, you know, the mass like their videos, and he must be earning a pretty penny off all these videos. And I've got a person that I follow on YouTube, Theme Park Worldwide, a lad called Sean Sandbuck, who does theme park videos, and I've got ultimate respect for him because he walks around talking to his camera, yet he is knowledgeable on what he's talking about, but he always gives a positive, mostly anyway, a positive spin on all the theme parks he goes to. And it's, you know, you've got to respect him for that. And he's been invited to theme parks to look at constructions, go in the back, looking at how they do things, you know, how they clean the coasters and maintenance and that. And for somebody like him, I think it's great, you know. He's packed in his work to do this as a full-time job now, travelling around on his own, which is brave, you know, all over the world, going to... So it's something that he loves doing. He loves going to theme parks. He's going around the theme parks, taking the videos and that, getting permission to do it as well. And he's making a living off it. Wow. Now, hopefully one day, you know, I might get the same. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Getting invited to breweries all around Britain, seeing how they do things, doing videos, interviews with the breweries. I used to do interviews on my website with the people who make emulators, and that, you know, and to ask them questions and that. It's an interesting thing. So one of these days, maybe. When I get probably another year, when I've built up my subscribers to the stage where, you know, it looks like I'm an interesting, you know, somebody who they'd be interested in interviewing them. Because, you know, there's a lot about brewing and home brewing that I'm sure we'd all like to know, you know. I can't be the only one who's interested in the way, how they got into it. What, you know, what beers, ciders, lagers, what makes them produce which one? Why did they choose to produce those certain beers? There's a whole host of questions, you know. How much money did they make? Or are they fed up with the government? And things like that. So yeah, 20%. I tell you now, I can't taste that it tastes 20%, but you know, you go along with what they say. That might just be the alcoholic in me, you know, that I can't taste 20%. Yet sometimes I can drink a 4% beer and it wallops me. And then I can drink a 20% this and it doesn't even touch me. The human body is strange at the best of times. Oh, I love the smoothness to it. Yes, it's 20%. I know it's not a 40%, but you know, 20% is still a good strength. And it has got a lovely smoothness to it. You know, it's a very nice tasting rum. Does the ginger and pear work? Yes. Not the ginger you taste in a ginger beer. So if you're looking for a Crabby's type experience, it's a bit more in the background than it is that. But there's still ginger there. It's not like the King's ginger liqueur, which is basically a full-on ginger whiskey, you know. And it's 40% and that's banging. But for $7.99, ginger and pear, beautiful. But boy, I could drink that whole bottle in one night. You know, it's only 50 cl, 20%, easy done. So, that was quite nice. Out of 5. Been a while since I've done a spirit review, to be fair. So, Manchester Drinks Company. I'll try and hashtag them later. Spice Rum Liqueur. Yes, very nice. Good looking. Glad to see that somebody's jumped away from the gin bandwagon and gone into the rum and vodka territories. Obviously, this is the rum territory. You know, it's not just about gin. It can be done with all these spirits. Very nice. If you're a rum drinker, it'll interest you. You know, it's not too. The tastes complement each other without being too much ginger or too much pear. So you still get your rum, and you get a lower percentage rum, but it's still worth, you know, trying. If you're a ginger fan, yes, again, it's worth dipping into it. And if you're a liqueur fan, at $7.99, it's cheaper than any of the liqueurs you'll get at the likes of Lidl, Aldi, etc. And it's worth, you know, it's worth a punt. It's worth trying and seeing what you think of it. Out of 5, then, I'm going to give it about a 4.4 out of 5. It was great. What would I do better? Probably ramp up the ginger a bit more, but that's because I like ginger, you know. Taste wise, tastes lovely. Yeah, looks nice, nice aroma. You know, it ticks boxes. So, right, back to the house. Got to do some cleaning. Thanks for watching. See you soon. I hate reaching over.